And we're live. Hello, hello, good afternoon, beautiful people. It's been a while since I've been up here. It is a Wednesday afternoon, May 7th, 12:36. It's been a while since I've been up here. It seems like things are still the same with the comments, but I will just wing it, freestyle it off the top of my head. Sorry if I can't see you in the comments. I don't even know how many people's in here, but just sit back, relax, and listen. And if you're a brave heart and you listened from the beginning to the end, which I won't keep you here long, just put a lion up in the comments after I end the live to let me know that you was here showing me some love. And shout out to the replay gang. You are the ones that I would think will put a comment in the um put a lying head in the comment to let me know that you were here. So I'll just get on. I would like to say to everyone that I am okay, I'm fine. My family's okay, I'm fine. We're all fine, excuse me. It's a slow process, but it's like, I'm still doing what I have to do to ensure that my family's okay. My dad is okay, and I just say okay just to be a little bit clear and give people an idea that he's okay, that he's still alive. I'll just put it like that, and which I'm grateful for, and I appreciate the support that I receive from my brave hearts that leave me comments and send their sincerest thoughts for my family. Thank you. But, I was like, let me check in with my beautiful supporters, the brave hearts. I haven't been up here in a while. It's not that I can, it's just that I don't want to come up here when I don't have anything to say clearly or just make a statement. But it's Wednesday. It's nice outside in New York City. Uh, I went out for a walk. Did I say errands, and people don't like when you tell people you run errands, they don't believe it. They just think that is something totally different, which is not. But I do run errands. I like to get up in the morning and continue on with my day, at least incorporate some type of uh, what is it called? Be a little bit more productive during the day, which is good. You need it. I'm not getting any younger. I need to stay active and remain active. That's the best advice I could give women that's getting older is stay active, remain active, uh, take it one day at a time. Because as you get older, you feel like you're getting older. And I'm not going to even lie, I'm looking forward to turning 45. But 45 is like, girl, you better do what you got to do. So you'll feel a little bit less run down. But we'll get through it. I I'm still going to move forward. I want us, excuse me, we as a community to move forward and continue on our journey of making this page a great page, which is not easy. I I'm on threads. I stopped posting on threads for like I think like a couple of months because my app wasn't working, and I just felt at one point in time with threads uh it was a little bit too intense for me. It's mostly like a dating site of women that's, excuse me, looking to be married. Well, if they don't say it like put it in a sentence and say, "Oh, I'm on here." They don't say it like, "Oh, I'm on here looking for a date. I want to be married." That's not what they say directly, but they do indicate that they want to be. They said they'll say something like, um, there's no in between. We're dating marriage, and that's just not who I am. The men have their share of ideas of how their relationship should be, and that's not what the type of man I want. So there's no reason for me to involve myself in that type of nonsense. And excuse me, and it is and it was nonsense. But I'm back on threads, and I'm like, already things haven't changed. I put comments up there, I'll post a statement. And of course, you want to get the men that take it as something else and personal, more personal, and become really defensive. So I would like to at least slow down with my commentary, because I don't feel my commentary is too intense. I feel like it's on point, and I'm open to feedback. I The point of having and building a community is to at least have the same like-mindedness when you subscribe or support someone. uh, Critical thinking is mostly and mainly important on this platform. That's why I started this platform. That's why I love my supporters. um, we have that in common. Most of my supporters, majority of my supporters, not all of my main supporters use their critical thinking skills. And this is not to be condescending, but I just feel like on this platform that we can at least have an agreement, and we can both disagree and still have respect for one another. And a lot of people are not used to my content and the way I say it. Either they're going to slice it up the way they want to slice it up, the way it should be understood towards their liking. I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. And when I say sugarcoat, it's not like about being tough, because people want to perceive you how they perceive you. Like, oh, she's so tough, she's so rough. Like, all that doesn't bother me or phase me. However, it's just that if you are not here to give your perspective from a different side, then I don't think you will like my content. Like, everything I say is based in opinion from my perspective. And mostly now I decided, like with my content, excuse me, when it comes to relationships, I know which angle to hit it from. And it's working. Relationship is this platform is about relationship, lifestyles, cooking, fashion, all in one, but mainly about relationships. And it's not easy talking about relationships. I, for one, don't think that I will be mostly talking about, but I probably will include it here and there about marriage, because I don't have any reason to get married or want to get married. But I do think marriage is a beautiful thing between two people, two loving people. And the union, if I had to get married, that would be the man I would marry, the one that I'm mostly compatible with, and the one that I can see myself spending the rest of my life with. So that's the only way I would get married. And that would be a commitment legally. And being in a relationship requires responsibility and commitment, and a lot of things that a lot of people don't want to pour into a relationship, or a lot of things that a lot of people don't have the skills to pour into a relationship, to have a great successful relationship. That is a practice. It is a skill that you must work at often. Um, and and another thing, I'm not here to discourage anyone from like being single or being in a relationship. I just like to talk about things from my point of view, my perspective, and open to other people's perspective. Like, for one, I and I talk about my friends that I meet, the guys that I talk to, the small encounters I have, and it's up to the listener to interpret how they want to interpret. Now, if I talk about a guy every single day and you think that I'm a whore, then think that. But I'm just going to question your your state of mind. Like, where do you get that uh word, and where do you get that idea that I'm a whore? Because mostly that word whore comes from the Bible. So, like, you know how men will hit you with, oh, she's a whore, and then you be like, where do you get this idea that I'm a whore? are you coming from a biblical perspective, or are you come and when I say biblical perspective is what I mean, the judgment. I'm like, oh well, no, 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 no. I'm not calling you a whore because it's from the biblical perspective. Oh, you're not? Where did you get the idea that I'm a whore because I said that I talk to different guys? I don't think that I should have to be locked up, chain around my neck, a leash around my neck to make you feel comfortable as a man, or just in general as the audience, as I speak to the audience about my experiences and my knowledge. And I just want an open-minded listener, which I do have. It's nothing to be taken so seriously where I have to, someone say, oh, well, you hate men, they will automatically indicate that when you don't make them feel desired, is that you hate them or you standing on or speaking the truth. And that goes to show you that, like with men, where a woman that's not don't want to settle down, don't want to be in a relationship because she know that it's for the greater good, which it is for the greater good. In 2025, we are living in, oh shit, probably some hard times, going to be some rough times in this era of Trump. And I say this era of Trump because you already see things changing. Prices have gone up. A lot of people, a lot of families are not going to be able to feed and eat like they are used to eating. And groceries have been going up for the last like decade, I believe, or so. It goes up. We're evolving. We should expect the groceries to grow up. I mean, to go up in prices and get a little bit expensive, but not how they are now. So, it is much easier to be in a relationship, to merge finances, and to be single. It's more expensive to be single than to be married. And that's not something I'm willing to do, to merge finances with anyone. And like, so I meet different guys on a different occasions, have different experiences with them, have different interactions with them. And from the single point of view, when I say the single point of view, I mean legally single because I could do what I want to do. Like, I could date who I want to date. And I'm not saying dating, I'm not dating nobody. I'm just exploring. I'm not looking for a relationship. I personally feel when women say they dating, they are looking for a relationship, a long-term commitment, and that's not me right now. So I'm having a little bit of fun and staying clear of learning like the little things that I can share with my audience and the women that are listening that do want to date with a commitment in mind for um a long-term commitment. That's just not me, right? And then I was getting back to before steer off is about like when I present, share my experiences, my personal experience, my knowledge. And if I talk about a different guy every day, that should just be held as I talk about a, a different guy a day. Every guy is not the same. I'm not in a committed relationship. And even if I were, I would not sit here and talk about the guy I'm with all day, every day. Sorry. You know, this is what open up the listeners uh, uh, to see different perspectives and see different angles from someone that is single and that is out there experiencing. And I don't say dating. I stop saying dating because I feel now dating is like a broad term, but within that, on the spectrum. But I just don't want to give the impression that I'm dating to look. I'm looking for a relationship. And when men come in, and you can speak to a guy just generally, and this is going back to threads, you can say like, I'm exploring, I don't want a relationship, I like to meet different guys, I like to talk to different guys. They automatically call you a 304, a whore. And then I have to question their ethics, and not more so their ethics, is their morals. It's like, where did you get the idea that I'm a whore? Like, why would you that come to your mind that I'm a whore? And mostly that term whore comes from the Bible, and it's coming from a biblical perspective. And this is how I am able to judge the man that is judging me for my experiences or my shared life experiences and my knowledge and observations on other people. And some men, they falter. They'll say, I'm like, so if not, if you don't get your judgment from a biblical perspective, where do you get your morals from? They could never answer that question. I mean, it's not about cornering someone, it's about letting them know, like, listen, you are judging me. You are judging me from a moral perspective. And I would like to know, as a person, whether it's a man or woman, where do you get your morals and values from? Because it sounds like, your judgment is rooted in religion. And this is why I say I don't date religious men. I don't. They'll say they not. You meet them and they start talking, and I'm like, give them a little chance. They don't make a. It's not like they don't make a great impression, but they will somehow reveal that they are rooted in religion, religious perspective. Anytime I feel like a man that say he's not religious and he start talking like he's religious, and he start judging a woman based on her choices, based on her decisions, based on the freedom that she have, somewhat of a freedom, that's where I'm gonna hit them at. Like, oh, you sound like you're religious. I had to ask one guy. I asked all guys, and not in a matter of time, when we start talking and they start sharing how they feel about women. And so to let them know that, that's your idea, of how a woman should be, or like with the men nowadays, they saying they don't want to date single mothers. Like, that's really taken off. I was listening to one guy curse and ramble and rant about not dating single mothers. He was so nasty. He's like, I would never date a bitch with a child. I would never date a single mother. But he get praised and I get turned down because I speak a little bit different from him, because I can include details. So when he was saying all those type of bitches, I was like, don't you mean female? You say bitches, but don't you mean female? Are you saying bitches because you referring to a female? I would never date a single mother. Those bitches would never, like. I let him know. I was like, you sound like you would kill a child. You sound like you would hurt a child. Sound like you would unalive a child. Stay away from children. Stay away from women. It's not too many women that support and encourage one another for the simple fact that they don't want to seem like they are so empowered or so tough or so aggressive. We don't care about none of that. Not me, as a woman that is mostly here. And I'm going to just, after this out in the live, my main goal is to not, it's not to insult or degrade or demean men. They will take it like that because they misread things, and women too. I could speak like this broadly, and a woman would come in here, not come in here, but I will speak to a woman personally, and she would like, not all men are like that. You can't go around talking about all men like that. And I say, well, I'm not talking about all men. I'm talking about the men that it applies to. But there are men that are like this that I'm describing. So you can't say, I can't say not all men. Not all men, right? That's not like, and mostly my content, I must stress, is for not for me hating men. It's easy to hate the man that you hate and love the man that you love, right? So there are men that are unlovable, and those are the men that yell and scream and rant and rave and say that they hate single mothers and that women are whores. Those are men that are unlovable. Those are men that should be hated in a way where you won't even give them a chance. And I'm not saying like, oh, I hate you with a passion. I don't hate men with a passion, because they're not special like that for me to hate them with a passion. No man is. But they need to know that your excuse me, your character is unlovable. So I would never love a man that have these ideas in his head and his mind. That's why my platform is designed for me to at least represent, not representing, I could say represented, for women. I support and encourage women, their choices, not all, but I'm not judging anyone on the choices they make. And that's where I think I clash with a lot of people. Like, I feel like we as humans can do whatever we want to do and choose to do, as long as we are not hurting or harming anyone in the process of doing it. I am not under any commands. And it's kind of like a conflict where you meet someone that they are under commands. I'm not under any commandments. I'm not like abiding by any biblical laws. I'll distance myself from that, but I am, and I can engage with a conversation about the biblical laws, the commandments, and some men are not ready for that conversation because they use these broad terms like, oh, like a woman is not supposed to be teaching a man, or a woman is supposed to be modest, a woman is not supposed to dress like that. Like, be for real. So I've been doing some research and some studying, and if you are here in this live, and I and then like this, I have been taking Bible studies, right? Because I have to have all senses of everyone perspective, so we can at least have a dialogue about where each other is we as a people are coming from. Man, woman, woman, man, coming from with different angles. um and it's been a little bit crazy because I get cursed out a lot from men. I do. Men curse me out. They call me ugly. They call me auntie. They call me everything in the book, but by my first name. And my name is right there, Bronx Girl. And so that's where I don't draw the line, but that gives me an idea of what I'm saying is true, and that how it offends them so easily, and they get become so defensive and aggressive, and that's just indicates that any woman that come across a man that is so aggressive, is so hostile and angry, I mean, like, in matter of moments, that should be a red flag. Even if you are just meeting this person and you want to at least don't want to judge them, don't judge them. But then, like, our ideas and our ideology is too different. Not that I have a worldview or personal worldview of everything, but it's certain things that I just wouldn't just let up on with being in a relationship with a guy, especially men that have corrupt corrupt thinking on men. I mean, excuse me, women, and how women carry themselves. And women are not here to carry themselves according to men. We are not. I am not. I'll just stress that and indicate that for the record that I am not here to serve any man, and nor do I desire to serve any man. And if you are a woman that serve your man or want to serve a man, that's your choice, that's your prerogative. I'm just here to let you know that you shouldn't have to do that, or you shouldn't have to do that, or you shouldn't want to serve. I mean, you could take care of your man, of course. Who don't want to take care of their man? If you know how to take care of him, and it's like a give and take, that's the most beautiful relationship that could ever exist. Is a give and take relationship. It's a beauty. There's real beauty behind that. And hopefully some women that are single and want to date and want a relationship will find the beauty in give and take, not like, oh, someone is superior, I'm inferior. That doesn't ever work. It's unbalanced, and it doesn't really evolve. The relationship really don't evolve. One person is going to remain miserable while the other person make the other person miserable. So it's no win-win. It's not a win-win. So I will close this out saying, listen, I'm here for women. I want to provide a different perspective and share different perspectives, uh, coming from like the cultural perspective, a biblical perspective, traditional perspective, my personal perspective, everyone else's personal perspective. You are here to share your and gain perspective, and that's about it about relationships. I would like to say to anyone that stood this long and listened to me share a little bit of my insight and perspective, I would like to say thank you. Hope everyone is having a great day and continue to have a great day. I'll be back soon. Just know that I'm around and stand by. And thank you for listening to my insight and perspective.